Good morning. My name is Jacky Susskind, and I'm a three-year senior. Before I dive into my topic, I would just like to share that coming to Taft has been the best decision I've ever made. And I really am grateful for having attended this school for 3 years. Really quickly, thank you to the Orbans, the Reefs, the Kennersons, Miss Valdez and Miss Aguirre. Thank you to the Millers for always hearing me rant and welcoming me into their home. And Miss Chick for always caring about me when you didn't have to. And of course, thank you to all of my friends and seniors. However, my speech today concerns how I felt once I returned to Taft after turning 18 over winter break. While I became an adult to the outside world, at Taft, not much changed except that I was months closer to my senior spring, and therefore, hopefully, college. At 18, I have inherited the right to vote, to buy cigarettes, to go to war, to go to federal court, and, thank the Lord, to buy porn. Just kidding. Thus, at Taft, it is hard for me to understand that I am unable to enter dorm with a male unless a garbage can props the door open. I thought this was called prep school. False advertising. It seems obvious that prep school must prepare students for the ominous future. And in many, many ways, we are most definitely ready for what's coming for us. Yet, while we seem to be overprepared in some areas, it appears that there are some aspects of Taft that do not fulfill the prep school criteria. Firstly, I will discuss a few ways Taft has prepared me. Let's start with girls. Girls. We are dramatic. We are sensitive. We are competitive. We are gossipy. And we are hormonal. Why? Well, I wish I could tell you. Previously attending an all-girls school in New York, I hated that I was branded as a city girl as soon as I came to Taft, when I have faith that I am very much unlike the breed of girl that leaves New York after high school. In fact, once being admitted to Taft, the uncertainty of whether I would be able to live with the aloof nature of the female species, quite frankly, frightened me. Of course, the gossip, cliques, and drama have miraculously not evaporated into the thin air once a teenage female steps onto Taft's campus. The unfortunate truth is that it will always be a girl's nature to change friends as often as boys change their bedsheets. However, living with a group of teenagers, unlike a kid who goes to the standard day school, is something I feel we all cherish. Living alongside a group of 18 girls this year is a prime example of an experience that I could have only had at a prep school, and it is irreplaceable. So we passed test 1. We are prepared for being able to have little to no personal space by the time we go to college. What's next? It is clear that we will be able to manage our time once we enter the real world outside of the prep school bubble. In fact, I believe our over-preparation and time management has ironically contributed to how we are under-prepared for the social setting we will find in the college world. While Sundays once were known as the day of rest, prep school has swapped this definition with its own. Sundays do not scream TV and sleep, but rather some more work to add on to the week of work you already had. Oh, and don't forget the mornings when you have a Sunday morning study hall. As students and teachers alike are present on campus 6 days a week, the working world is only present 5 of those 6 days. By this time next year, I will only have 3 to 4 class days, and this is where I am stumped. Is it not too demanding to make us attend Saturday classes? To put it bluntly, why do we have Saturday classes? I can't describe to you all how many times I've heard the song Friday by Rebecca Black and thought to myself, if only this little girl went to prep school, then she'd know that there is absolutely nothing exciting about Friday. Of course, don't get me wrong, I enjoy seeing my teachers every Saturday. But let's be real, they really don't want to be at Taft here either. I could stand here today and go on a tangent, but I do not want to spend my first and last minutes on the stage doing so. Instead, after living the prep school life for 3 years, I wish to reveal my opinion of why I feel we are overprepared. Sure, of course, it's not a bad thing to know how to manage our time. And though the college process is becoming more turbulent each year, is the lack of free time we are afforded really preparing us for what lies ahead? Furthermore, are the privileges we have during that time appropriate? While our privileges for interdorming and more are already pretty strict, I can't help but wonder how comfortable we will all feel when suddenly we can live next door to a girl or boy, when for our entire high school education, we couldn't even watch a movie without the lights on. Now, college, you're telling me the restrictions are so vague that I have to share a disgusting bathroom with boys with urinals. Taft would have none of that ever. Don't get me wrong, I'm not asking Taft or the prep school world to adopt co-ed bathrooms. Rather, I wish to convey that as the college world looms above my shoulder, I have thought over and over again about how different life will be. While Taft should never provide students with the privileges granted in college, I have recognized that at times the prep school world tucks us away from the realities that will eventually hit us in the face once we leave high school. So, getting back to the point of my speech, let's just rename prep school. Why don't we call it boarding school? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Liz Demmon, and I am a 4-year senior. I would like to take this opportunity to answer some frequently asked questions. Yes, people have called me Liz Lemon before. No, I am not dating Chris Capice. Yes, it's Jackie Ely's birthday today. Yes, I'm actually from California. Yes, I've seen snow before. Obviously, I've lived in New England now for 4 years. Yes, my first name is Sesson, and no, I did not, quote, escape from somewhere. Thank you. This concludes the FAQ portion of my speech. My tale is much like the rest of yours, so I'm sure you all understand this next part. Taft is stressful. I would argue that there are many schools out there that also spike blood pressure and interfere with sleeping patterns. But Taft is its own brand of crazy. And this brand of crazy can become who we are if we're not careful. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Taft's mission is not to transform wide-eyed, optimistic 14-year-olds into psychiatric patients with dark circles under their eyes. Its mission is to prepare us for the real world, which, I think, is a little more chaotic than we expect. Right now, I want you to picture Taft as a spectacular circus. A grand show full of class acts, lion tamers, and juggling clowns. On your first day, as a member of the greatest show on earth, teachers hand you 2 bowling pins and put a red ball on your nose. They want to see what you can do with these bowling pins, if you can juggle them or not. Once they see that you can learn to juggle, they start handing you more objects to toss up and down. With the right amount of concentration, this is doable, and you feel impressive. Let your mind wander for no more than a second, and the 2 bowling pins will fall to the ground. The dropped pins surprise no one, but you're probably afraid of what happens next. Will they fire you? Is it time to return home? Have you failed completely? No! Early in your career, fallen items and imperfect shows happen. Nobody expects the objects to fly around perfectly at first, and nobody wants to see you go, so it is unlikely that your time in this company is over. Great, you're still a member, still an act, still important. The head person in charge will not off you at the next stop for dropping the ball, or the pins in this case, but he does have a show to put on and he needs you in it. Even though your confidence is shattered at this point due to a momentary lack of focus, it is extremely important that you pick up those 2 pins and keep juggling. Your act is phenomenal, and even though some nights are better than others, you persevere no matter the obstacles. You'll surprise yourself with how many pins you can toss around, and pretty soon, you'll be juggling all sorts of things while riding a scooter across a thin tightrope. Fellow company members will be below you, ready to catch you if you fall, and ready to make fun of you shortly after this happens. Because, to quote a gift Jillian Whiffler gave me, friends will help you up when you fall, but best friends will push you back down and laugh. Of course, no one will try to keep you down forever, but laughing at yourself sometimes in light of recent mistakes will lessen the amount of embarrassment you feel and will ease any pain you feel from this mortifying experience. When you're able to confidently scooter across a tightrope while handling airborne objects, be proud of yourself. You've accomplished more than you expected and impressed your superiors. There comes a time when you will start taking the circus way too seriously. You work hard every day, take few breaks, and prepare your resume for the next big circus. You forget to take time out of the day for you. Maybe you sleep less. You forget the intrinsic value of performing and doing tricks. Enjoying the tightrope is no longer an option. You want it higher, even though you've already gone above and beyond everyone's expectations. I would just like to remind you of something. You're in a circus. You're in the greatest show on earth. Yes, you signed up to work hard, but you've earned the right to have fun. Laugh with your friends because you only have so much time with them, and smile. I promise that by the time you finished your last show in the circus, you will be ready for bigger and better things. Mastering your life skills is important, but your happiness is also important. So, learn how to juggle, get back on the tightrope, laugh when you fall, and most importantly, have a good time because nobody likes watching a sad clown. Thank you.